Let's talk about FTX. Obviously, you've heard a lot about FTX. If you had never heard about FTX before, chances are that you've heard about FTX since their spectacular collapse in November. FTX is, or was, a crypto exchange where people could trade popular cryptocurrencies. It was run by CEO Sam Bankman-Fried, aka SBF. SBF also owned another firm, Alameda Research. To the world at large, FTX and Alameda were two different firms run or owned by the same guy. Everything was rosy, till it wasn't. On November 2nd, reporter Ian Allison revealed on CoinDesk that about $5.8 billion of assets on Alameda's balance sheet were held in FTX's native crypto token FTT. This caused understandable concern among investors who were like, wait a minute, FTT is just a made-up token created by FTX. If Alameda puts $5.8 billion real dollars into FTT, where did the real actual dollars go? After this news came out, another guy came into the picture. Changpeng Zhao, aka CZ, is the CEO of FTX's rival, Binance. He announced that Binance would liquidate its holdings of FTT. This caused other regular investors to think, hey, if CZ is wanting to pull money out, maybe something is seriously wrong. Maybe I should pull my money out too. This set up a good old bank run on FTX. Then Binance announced they will buy FTX only to back out in less than a day, saying they did not like what they saw on FTX's balance sheets and that Binance would not be able to help FTX at all. By the way, this was all happening in real time for everybody to see on Twitter. The people were tweeting, and I was reading this just aghast, just like watching on my phone. I'm like, what is going on? Anyway, the bank run got so bad that according to some data, FTX was left with a balance of just one Bitcoin at one point. All this drama led to FTX filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the US on November 11th. This was a firm that was valued at $32 billion earlier this year. And things seemed to be going okay before the reporting on CoinDesk. Sure, the entire crypto market was doing a bit poorly, just like everything else, based mainly on recession fears, but it wasn't the dumpster fire FTX ended up becoming. In fact, according to Bloomberg's Billionaires Index, SBF's estimated personal wealth plummeted 94% in a single day. Talk about losing money. Don't worry though, he's still worth over $990 million. The contagion quickly spread. NFTs, remember those things, the digital pictures of monkeys? They lost value quickly. Another firm called Genesis halted withdrawals, and yet another firm, BlockFi, which you might have also heard of, has also filed for bankruptcy. Let's get back to FTX and SBF though. SBF was touted as a sort of leader in the crypto community. He was the pro-regulation guy. Everybody liked him. He was a generous billionaire. He drove like a Toyota Camry or some other car like that. He'd been spending millions in lobbying Congress to get regulation that presumably would help FTX and SBF, which of course is not inherently wrong. America has a long tradition of industry lobbying Congress to pass legislation friendly to the industry, of course. After all of this happened, there was some chatter online about the whereabouts of SBF. He tweeted that he was in the Bahamas, but people spotted his jet online heading to the Middle East or some other places. Regardless, on December 12th, SBF was arrested in the Bahamas and denied bail after the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York filed an extradition request with the authorities in the Bahamas. I thought this was pretty strange. SBF was scheduled to testify a few days later in front of Congress in D.C. Why not just arrest him in DC on US soil? Maybe they were worried he would never come to the US and wanted to just file charges and file an extradition request? Maybe. Anyway, SBF was charged with wire fraud, securities fraud, money laundering, and a campaign finance violation. In addition to the criminal charges, the SEC has also leveled several allegations against SBF. According to authorities, SBF diverted customer assets in FTX to Alameda Research. He used customer funds to make political donations to both the Democrats and the Republicans, buy lavish real estate, and a litany of other not-so-great things. A ton of people have since gotten wrapped up in this downfall too. A lot of celebrities like Shaq and Tom Brady have come under fire, and Kevin O'Leary has been called to testify in front of Congress about FTX. After the arrest of SBF in the Bahamas, we went through a fair bit of drama regarding his extradition to the US. First, it came out that he intended to fight extradition to the US. Then his lawyer said he intended to just agree to extradition. Then he went back on that claim, and then he was sent back to jail in the Bahamas. When I was writing the script on December 21st, news just broke that he had indeed agreed to the extradition and will arrive in New York. Now, when I'm recording this, it's December 23rd, he has arrived in New York. Now, he is in the US and he will face charges here, and he has posted a record-setting bail bond of $250 million. Part of the deal is that he will live with his parents and that he will be limited to traveling within one district in California and then one district in New York and between those two. Outside of that, I don't know what happens next. He is innocent until proven guilty, and I expect prosecutors will work hard to prove their allegations against him in court, perhaps with a few appeals no matter which way the decision falls. What I do know is that a lot of investors have gotten hurt by this collapse. FTX joins a fairly long list of crypto firms that went belly up in 2022. Celsius, Voyager, FTX, BlockFi, among others. Each of these firms going bankrupt caused investors to lose real money. Once again, there are calls for Congress to regulate crypto and protect investors, so this type of thing does not happen again, but I'm afraid Congress is a bit busy at the moment dealing with several other issues. Till we have regulation, it is up to us investors to protect ourselves. If you're investing in crypto, remember, not your keys, not your cheese. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.